2020 will be the final chapter of TD Ierlan's college career. The Tewaaraton finalist already has several face-off records to his name. Last year, he added more single-game records, too, breaking the NCAA record for single game by going 26 for 26 against Harvard, then had an NCAA tournament record of 31 face-off wins against Georgetown, breaking the NCAA record for ground balls in the game with 29. Here's Davey Emila on his face-off prowess. Davey.
TD Ierlan is a player that we seem to talk about leading up to every NCAA lacrosse season, and rightfully so. The faceoff specialist for Yale has been absolutely dominant and will look to do the same this coming spring for the Bulldogs. Let's look at TD and his stats and what makes him so good at the X and so effective in the different ways he's able to win his team the ball. As we dive into it here, we got a nice angle to start off here. And right, so first thing I want to focus on is the actual clamp that happens here at the X, all right? So this is not as clean as you might think, of just a clean pinch and pop that's going to send TD on his way on a fast break. He has to dig and draw a little bit more in order to get this ball up and out, and then he's able to execute his exit, as we like to call. All right, his wing players do a great job here, all right, of being on your defender's hip. That's giving your faceoff guy a chance. And when your faceoff guy is TD, you know he has the ability to take this ball the distance. So that's the first thing we want to focus on, all right, is the strength and digging this ball out and able to win it forward, as we see. Boom. So whistle goes, right? Has to dig a little bit in there and then eventually wins it forward. Boom. Right now, all right, we're going to break into what makes him such an elite face-off guy too, all right, is that extra speed and ability to get to the cage to make that defense slide and respect you, right? TD ends up winning this face-off, or winning this ground ball, rather, excuse me, clean, all right, is able to take off, shows you his athletic ability and ability to score the ball, right? That's huge for a face-off specialist to make that defense slide to you. We'll watch it one more time. All right, now we see, and that this is in the third quarter, the rest of the game, this defense has to slide upfield. That's going to allow TD now to feed it to his sharpshooters on the wings. All right, great for a face-off guy to show you that dynamic ability and the ability to score. All right, started with that strength in his clamp, eventually getting that ball out to win forward. All right, I wanted to show this ball before we even press play on the clip here. All right, we want to notice that, all right, this is versus Albany. This Albany player is a long stick midfielder playing this face-off position, right? So a lot of times teams, when they're not quite sure what to do versus a specific face-off man, a lot of times that happens against TD and Yale, right? They'll put a pole in there to try to make it a 50-50 ground ball, more of a scrap as they shut their guy off, right? TD does a great job of noticing this, realizing it, and as we see, he'll get a quick clamp on this ball and then win this back and then get himself to space in order to protect the ball. All the face-off guy Albany is going to be able to do is just stand straight up and go right away and play in defense. As we clip into this, boom, where it goes, TD wins that ball behind, and now he's able to use his athletic ability that we just talked about on our last clip to get to space and eventually get this ball down to his offense, right? So there's the ability to win that ball, clamp, move it forward. Also, we see his IQ, seeing who's against him, the ability to win that ball backwards, get to space, and then save possession for your team moving forward. We'll see another example. All right, this is now to contradict that last point, right, is against a pole. It's hard to see. This is another long pole from Harvard, right? So in our last clip, we saw TD seeing that and safely winning that ball behind, but he feels like he can get a clamp advantage here as he realized that this Harvard player is actually just going to take his stick and try to swipe down the line to get that ball out. All right, TD knows that he has the strength to beat him through that and is able to exit forward in this case and then create an advantage for his team. So a lot of stuff going on even before the whistle, right? We see that swipe by the Harvard player, and now TD is able to go strong. Boom, that swipe is missed. All right, TD is able to pick that ball up and again get that ball out towards his offensive unit, right, in a forward direction, possibly creating a mismatch. Either way, that's putting a lot of pressure on the opposing team's defense. They have to worry about him every single time coming out from that face-off X. All right, we'll go one more time here. Again, I really like this angle as we go through it. All right, so what I like about this clip is just shows you some strength, right, and TD's ability here to go with the flow, if you will, right, and against teams that are going to sort of just stand up and try to make this a wrestling match, all right? As we see, the ball is low, all right? We have our opposing player who's really just trying to drive TD backwards here, all right, and make this a 50-50 ground ball. What TD does a great job with is sort of going with that pressure, all right, and then really getting it all the way out to space, protecting the ball with his body, and showing you his elite ground ball ability, all right, that makes him such a great face-off guy, because that's really what these come down to, right? Sometimes these are just wrestling matches here at the Face-Off X, and it's who can withstand that, and then who also has that elite ground ball ability to get that ball in your stick, right? As we just see laser focus from TD here, right? Doesn't matter who's around him. He's locked in on what he's doing down here. He's going to pick that ball up. Again, use his athletic ability, go to space, get his team the ball. And we see TD Ierlan's elite ground ball ability to get him those balls. Yale's going to have a lot of possessions this spring because of him.